Hey everybody, this is not intended to be a review. It's just me, a plastic model building amateur, looking at a thing and talking about it. This is the Bandai 1/48th scale Star Wars AT-ST, Endor AT-ST in particular, and it is mostly built to kit stock spec with one major and important exception. I applied a quick, easy, essentially one step, technically two, on and off, wash to this. Because these Star Wars kits, when you build them, or anything like it, when you build them, they look like prototypes. They look like they've just been, I don't know, maybe 3D printed in resin, in one color, in an opaque resin, and then that's it. They don't look presentable, generally speaking. Definitely something to watch out for. They don't look like they appear in the marketing photos or on the box art, because those are all washed, or at least they have panel lining applied. I did this super quick. I literally just applied and washed the whole thing and let it dry, which took a minute or two, and then just used practically a paper towel, like a no-lint paper towel, to then clean it up a little bit. So I left it a little bit dirty around a lot of the parts of it. And what do you know? It actually turned out really, really well. I'm happy with this result. Let me go ahead and zoom you in a little bit so you can see a little bit better now. This does still need a top coat, in my opinion, to take a little bit of the shine out of it. I think a semi-gloss, a medium satin would be good for this for its scale. Again, 1/48th scale. This does come with two pilot or driver figures. Still got mine on the sprue here. They're both sitting in there, identical. Plus, technically, you get a third in the form of Chewbacca here. So Chewbacca can take the thing over and then be posted up on top. You have options for the top hatch to be open or closed, and for the front ports to be open or closed, and that's done with separate pieces. This has pretty respectable articulation to it. The front gun complex here in the front, the combination goes up and down quite far, and also turns left to right. All this over here is on a joint that can rotate and angle in and out just a little bit. The launcher on this side is able to rotate all around, and then more importantly, the head, as you can see, is able to shift from side to side. You've got articulation right here, rotation, also behind this joint here, and a little bit here, and then a little bit down here. The stand is included. This obviously I haven't done anything to it. It looks surreal. It doesn't look like dirt, but I think eventually I'll do some weathering on this. I think it deserves it. But the stand has pegs to go into some holes to make sure that this whole thing is very secure. Now, in addition to the little bit of, from this side, articulation, rotation that you get, none here, none right there. But you're also able to splay the legs in and out. So you've got this joint right here, you can see as the axis is vertical to us. So you can move the legs in and out, which allows you to make this look a little bit more wobbly, allows you to make it look a little bit more like it's in the process of turning. Right now I've got it slightly knock-kneed towards the rear, and I think that's a decent look. It does come with these optional laser bolts that are just some transparent red, not completely straight, shaped up a little bit. So it looks like they're kind of forming and ionizing air nearby as they enter the atmosphere. That's all good. This has a detailed interior as well, but once you close this up, you don't see any of that. So I didn't bother detailing it myself. Again, you can put the drivers in there. It comes with a set of stickers and an optional set of water slide decals. So you can choose there or use some of each. Just generally, I think it looks really good once you put a wash on it, or at least do some panel lining, extensive panel lining on it to let all these details shine, because the details are there. Some of them are made with pieces that you attach yourself, so it's not all just pre-assembled, or it's not all sub-assemblies. There's a fair amount of actual building that you do with this. It felt satisfying in that way, but again, kind of sorry that I didn't take any pictures of it before I put the wash on, because it looks kind of sad. It looks sad because you can see that the detail is there, but it's just not readily apparent. Overall, though, I'm happy with the thing. Glad I got it. It's not too small. The 1/48th scale is pretty respectable. Chewbacca is huge, very tall. Kind of wish you had some option to do some other posing with figures here, but it's understandable that they would just have the drivers and such. Most of the time you want to show this in action. that's all good. Oh yeah, the individual hoses and things, those are separate pieces. They are preformed plastic, a little bit flexible, so they don't shatter too easily, but you do have to put those in individually. A little handrail up around the top, you got to put that on separately and stuff. So it's good. It's too bad that the suspension, there's no feel to the suspension. Since there's no bending at this joint right here, you're not able to operate the external leaf spring there, which is a funny design element that ILM included in this thing. Very, very old school. I dig it though. Yep, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this, and I'll talk to you again soon.